Good morning, one and all. My name is V. Abhijit Kumar. I am studying in computer science and engineering with a specification of artificial intelligence and machine learning, that is CSC AIML, in first semester, BTech first year, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. In this tech talk of object-oriented programming, I am going to discuss about the topic dual instructional support materials for introductory object-oriented programming, that is introductory OOP, classes versus objects. In this topic, we have contents. First one, introduction. I am going to introduce the topic in the first place, and after that, class definition in Java. I am going to explain how to define a class in Java, the programming language we all know. And after that, object creation in Java. I'm going to explain how to create an object in Java, how to define all of the attributes and methods in Java. And after that, comparison of classes and objects. I'm going to compare classes and objects and state differences between them. And after that, importance of classes and objects. I'm going to explain you about the importance of classes and the importance of objects. And after that, practical applications. I'm going to explain you how to apply the concept of classes and objects practically. And after that, in the last place, I'm going to conclude the entire topic. Introduction. What are classes and objects? Classes are blueprints for creating objects. Classes are blueprints, or in other words, templates, which are used by us to create any object we need. And objects are simply known as instances of those classes, and they represent real world entities. Importance of classes and objects in Java programming is the most essential thing we need to know. Classes and objects are simply known as fundamentals to understanding object-oriented programming. Classes and objects, if we learn it, it forms the basis for modular and reusable code. Class definition in Java. A class in Java is a blueprint that defines fields, which are attributes, or in other terminology, variables, and methods, which are functions to manipulate the data. Here, the data we are referring to is the compilation of the fields. And let's say, for example, that a car is a class with an object as its instance as follows. In this Java code, we can see that a car is the name of a class, and the model of the car is a string, and the year in which that particular model of that car is an integer, and the void keyword we are using here is to create a method we use in this class. And the method here says that system.out.println, that is to print that car started, that is simply to display or print that the car has started. Now let's talk about object creation in Java. Objects are created by using the keyword new. Let's say, for example, that the car we have created is my car and its model is Toyota and the year of its production is 2022. To ensure that and to verify that in the code, we have to enter these four lines as follows. Car my car is equal to new car parenthesis, my car dot model is equal to Toyota in apostrophes, which we use to define strings, and my car dot year is equal to 2022, and my car dot start in parentheses. And the explanation for this is that my car is an object of class car, or an instance of class car, and to access the fields and methods we have to use the dot operator. For example, my car start. Here the start is a method which we have defined in our class, and my car is an object. To access between them, we have to add the dot operator. Now this is the process of creating an object in Java. Now let's compare classes and objects in a deeper perspective. Classes are known as blueprints of objects, and objects are known as instances of classes, just as we have discussed in the previous slide. And classes have certain attributes and methods, whose compilation is generally known as data, and objects hold the specific values and states for attributes and methods. Just we have defined the model of the car and Toyota. The model of the car is an attribute and its value is Toyota. This is the comparison of classes and objects in a deeper perspective. Now let's talk about importance of classes and objects. In encapsulation, the bundling process of data and methods into a single unit is only and only possible by class diagrams, as we all know. And after that, reusability. To promote modular code design, the concept of classes and objects are very vital. And abstraction. In abstraction, the concept of classes and objects simplifies the complex system just by modeling real-world entities into that program in terms of classes and objects. Now these are the importance and the important points of classes and objects which can be useful for us. Now let's talk about practical applications of the concept of classes and objects. In the field of developing software, banking systems and e-commerce platforms use the concept of classes and objects as one of the most vital concepts to run successfully. And coming to the field of gaming development, objects like players, weapons, and levels are used to make the game even more interesting for the players to play. And coming to the field of IoT systems, sensors and devices are modeled as objects. These are the practical applications, or in other words, these are few of practical applications which we can know in this tech talk. Now let's come to the final conclusion. The key takeaways of this topic is that classes and objects are foundational to object-oriented programming, especially in the programming language like the Java. And classes define the structure and objects bring that structure which we had defined as class as a lively entity, which means objects bring the structures to life. And the next steps we can take is that we can explore more advanced object-oriented concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, interfaces, and many more. And finally, to my lecturers who have given me this wonderful opportunity to make a Tech Talk video on such a wonderful topic and to make me present this presentation from PowerPoint. Thank you.